Hello again, and a warm welcome back to A Jolly Good Natter Over Coffee and Biscuits with myself, Mr. Richard Story, and he's forgotten, you know.
Mark Cameron. I had to think about that. I didn't look at my post-it note today.
Just for a moment, I thought
Yeah,
I was going to strike gold and you would actually have
yeah.
forgotten your name. However, if you had forgotten it, you didn't need to worry because I remembered what it
Oh,
was.
okay, good.
I would have whispered it to you,
Mm,
endeavouring to make sure the microphone didn't pick up the fact that I'd prompted you to
yeah,
remember.
okay.
However, I'm very glad that you did remember it because it shows you're not going senile yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe next week it'll be a different thing. Who knows? So, how have you been?
I've been good.
I'm
Yes.
glad to hear that.
Yeah. Update on my hamstring.
Oh yes.
Still not fully functional.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. Oh dear. Well,
Yeah.
why don't you just have it removed?
But then I won't be able to walk, would I? If I have no hamstring.
No, that's true. Yes, but
Yeah.
save you all that effort.
I won't be able to do anything really.
Okay. Well, it's just a thought. I'm just trying to help.
Yeah.
Glad to be of
I
service.
don't think that's really helping. But
Sorry. Well,
yeah.
yes. I
Kind of more of a disappointment, really. But
well, I hope you're feeling better soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
And how are you?
Well, I'm fine, thank you. I mean, once again, you find us in the beautiful environs of Crystal Palace Park. When we first started doing these podcasts, we kind of thought we'd go to a variety of different locations, and I dare say we probably will. But we've always been at the park, really, apart from once.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this seems to be our spot for the time being.
Yes. While the weather is beautiful, nice and sunny, right temperature, you just enjoy it outside.
Perhaps people who are listening, if there's somewhere nearby where you live that you think would be good for us to do one of these podcasts, send us an email and tell us where it is, and we will consider it.
Yeah.
jollygoodnatter@gmail.com.
Yes.
That's it. So please do send us a message. I'm interested to read them, but Mark is desperate to read them because it makes him feel wanted and loved.
That'd be fantastic.
I do. I worry about him constantly. I worry about you, constantly.
You do realise you can read the emails as well, right?
Can I?
Yeah.
How did you know I could read?
Well, in the last episode, you said you used to read before you started writing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm glad to see you were paying attention.
Yes. But can you still read now, though? That is the key element to this whole situation.
Well, I can, but the problem now is that with a lot of the younger people, it seems like they've got a completely new vocabulary. They've got all sorts of words that I can read, but I don't understand.
Yes. I wonder if you get this. You know when someone texts you and it's in their text language.
That's right.
My oldest daughter, she does that, and I have to say, please can you text this in normal English grammar because I do not understand what you're talking about.
Yes, and particularly difficult when they say a word that the people of our generation do understand, but it's got a different meaning today.
Yeah.
So, for example, words like sick.
Yes.
Now, if someone is sick or something is sick, that means it's not very well.
Yes.
But I've realised that when a teenager says that's sick, they mean it's really good.
Good, yeah. But I used to say cool, and that's what I used to say.
Right, yes. What's the other one? Oh, bad. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. That means it's good. How are we supposed to understand what's going on? So, if in their mind something really is bad, what do they say then? Do they say that's good? They put it the other way around?
Yeah, it is very confusing, isn't it?
Dear, oh dear. When I'm Prime Minister, I'll sort all this out.
Yes. I did get a letter from the government about your application.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why did they send it to you?
Well, it's a referral, wasn't it? You put me down as referral.
I forgot.
Yes.
But thank you for reminding me. So when do I pack my case and when do I head off to number 10?
Well, it depends how this pod goes because I don't know if you remember or if you remember itself. A few pods ago, I did mention that I'm very concerned that if you were to become Prime Minister, that it could become a bit of a situation for the country. So, because I'm right about your faculties.
But I'll be trying my best. Doesn't that count for anything? I mean, there'll be some sympathetic violin music starting now.
Who was the shortest Prime Minister in UK history?
Now, are you talking about how tall they were or how long they were in office?
In office.
In fact, I think it was probably both the same one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because she was very short and she wasn't there very long.
Yes. And her name was Trust.
There was no T on the end. It may have been maybe be better if it had been. If it was, imagine it being a prime minister called Trust.
Oh, that would have been great. What was that?
Truss.
Ah.
See, now a truss is a bit more unfortunate because that's like one of those medical support things, isn't it?
So So she didn't show that she was confident for the job. So this is
No.
why I need to check that your faculties are okay. You
But
see?
bizarrely, all of her party members voted her in.
Yes, they
Well,
did.
not all of them, but enough
Yeah,
of them.
yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
did. They did. Yeah, she was. She tried to do too much too quickly.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
But to be fair, when they all voted for her, or when those voted for her that did vote for her, of course, at that point, my name was not on the ballot paper.
Was you considering applying at that point, though? That's the key
Well,
part.
I've always been considering applying ever since I knew what the Prime Minister's job was. But at this moment, I have to say, with hand on heart, I haven't got a clue which party I would stand for.
Yeah.
It's all a little bit mixed and muddled at the moment, I
Yeah.
think.
The good thing is, even if you do leave early, number
Yes,
10,
yes.
you get paid for life. Remember?
Well, that's right. And then you can do the after dinner speaking circuit and get paid thousands of pounds
Yeah,
for
Boris
standing
Johnson
up
does
and
it, doesn't
making
he?
a speech. Do you know, have you even considered that if that happened, I could become Prime Minister, leave after a few hours, start doing all these after dinner speeches, and you could come with me and we could make a fortune and get free dinners.
How much percentage will I get though? That's the part.
Well, we can talk about that.
Oh,
I mean, it would be
okay.
at
I'm
least
thinking 50-50 because
yes, I will give you £50 and 50p, and I'll take the rest. But thank you for the suggestion. That's right. I remember my Uncle Derek, when he's retired now, but he worked with an insurance company, and one of his tasks was to engage a celebrity to come and speak at their annual dinner each time.
Fantastic, yeah.
And one of the times, actually, I better not say who it was, because
anyway,
yes,
just
although they have since passed away, they're not around anymore. But even so, a famous person who you would have heard of, and a comedian, and he booked them to come, and they wanted £8,000 up front, with a further £8,000 on completion of the after dinner speech.
Right, okay.
So 16,000 quid, and this was quite a few years ago, so it was a fair bit of money just for coming up and making a speech.
Yeah.
Anyway, this comedian turned up. They had the dinner, and then they said, "Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got." And they announced the celebrity, and he stood up to do his speech. And my Uncle Derek, he just looked at me and he said, and he wasn't funny. He was booked to speak for an hour. He didn't get a single laugh, and he sat down after 20 minutes, and we started to pay him. So there you go. But I'm sure that wouldn't happen with us, would it? We would be more efficient than that.
We would get more gentle laughs.
Yes. And they would hand over the money at the end, feeling like it was money well spent.
Yes, agreed.
Exactly. So if you're listening and you have an event or a function coming up that requires some after dinner banter, you know what to do.
Yes.
The email address, a jollygoodnatter@gmail.com. But I have to tell you, Mr. Cameron, see, I remember your name.
Yeah.
If we do get invited along to something like that, you're going to have to wear something smart. You can't turn up in your boxing gear.
Yes, that would be true. Yes. I don't want people feeling intimidated.
Well, exactly. I don't want to feel intimidated. How can I deliver a speech if you're sitting next to me looking like a 22-stone bruiser covered in tattoos?
Well, I don't have any tattoos and I'm not 22 stone. Just to let you know.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Let's cut that in half.
All right.
And then you're kind of close to my weight, I'll say.
I shall keep that in mind for possible future years.
Yes. So, have you seen any update on the Genius game? Because I'm just going to ask you, because you've watched so many episodes.
It's true.
I'm so far behind now.
Well, I've thought about that for a long time, but I wasn't going to mention anything. Oh, you're talking about just the Genius game specifically?
The Genius game.
All right. So I was just speaking in a more general sense, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the odd thing is, see, I watch it on catch up. And what I'm discovering is they're not showing it at equally spaced intervals. So, like when it first started, there were like 2 of them on adjacent days. Then there was quite a few days before the next one, and there was over a week before the next one. It's going out very irregularly.
Are you sure because there was a bank holiday and things like that? Sure, that didn't.
Well, maybe that's got something, or maybe, I mean, bearing in mind, because I'm watching it on catch up, maybe. Oh no, it isn't, because it has the date when it was broadcast.
What day does it normally get aired?
Well, I'm not sure there is a normal, you see, because the last one I saw was quite some time ago, and it's been. Each one, there's a different length of time between them.
Yeah, what I mean by that is, because you had the same as the Crystal Maze, it used to get aired on a Thursday, yeah?
Okay.
So it used to get aired, I think it was 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at the same time every week.
Yes.
So if there's been a bank holiday, let's say it gets aired on a Monday or on a Friday, and we in the UK, that's normally our bank holidays, yeah? So bank holiday Monday or Good Friday, for instance, things like that. And if they've had to reschedule the show to a week later, then that could be a reason why it's been delayed on catch up.
That could indeed be the reason.
Yes.
But there is a different number of days between each one. There doesn't seem to be any hint of regularity at all.
Maybe it's just a broadcaster not being consistent then.
It could be. Maybe they just keep forgetting to load it up onto the catch-up service or something.
Maybe they heard that you're disappointed that the host is not on screen and he's just on a...
No, he is on the screen. That's the point.
Yeah,
Rather than
yes.
Or maybe they heard. See, if I were to become prime minister, they'd probably sort this out and jump to it. This is what the prime minister wants. We better do it.
That's it.
In fact, if I was the prime minister, I'd go and present the show myself, and I'd do it for half the fee.
You did mention that on the previous.
Well, I just want to see you were paying attention.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder how much he gets paid. We can probably Google that.
Well, yes. Well, when I meet him, I shall ask him.
Yeah.
Yes. I won't say anything else. Yeah. No other conversation at all. I'll just march up to him and say, "How much do you get paid? Tell me now."
Yeah. Actually, I think it's the BBC that have to release how much they pay their presenters, don't they?
Do you realise that was a very unfortunate slip of the tongue there? You said BBC.
Oh, did I say Sue?
Well, you keep hearing of all these people who get taken to court in the BBC, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, a subliminal Freudian slip. You know what a Freudian slip is? It's where you say one word but mean your mother. Another. Oh, it's a laughing hour.
Oh gosh, this is tearfully painful. Anyway,
not for me. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I know.
You're the one with the dicky hamstring.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
Okay.
It's the thing is about when you start running, you have this urge to always keep running. So it releases good feel.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I really want to run. I know I can't. So so every time I wake up in the morning, so it's kind of.
Do you know, there's a coincidence there when you say that, because each time I wake up in the morning, that's exactly what I don't feel like doing.
I bet.
Yes.
I can see you're not a runner.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I'm not a runner. I stick with it.
Did you ever do cross country at school?
Yes, and that was one of the few sports where I was at least half decent. But all the other things I was hopeless at. And it's because they were all team games and no one would pass the ball to me. And even if they did, I would kind of either avoid it or kick it the wrong direction. My sporting career hasn't been particularly. By the way, did I tell you about the time I actually made it to the school badminton team? Did I mention that?
You did, a couple of pods ago.
Well, I shan't bore you with it again then. It just popped into my mind right then.
Right, so I've got a taste test.
You're going to do the taste test.
So it's the first time I've got a taste test. So this is a lemon sponge cupcake.
Oh, very nice. I like the way it's leaning over to an angle like that.
It is, yes, it is.
And I especially like the cellophane wrapper. I mean, did you make that yourself?
I did, yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
It's amazing.
Airtight as well.
And are we supposed to remove the wrapper before we eat it, or just swallow it all down in one?
You could have a choking hazard issue if you do swallow it in one.
All right. Well, let's try it then. I will keep mindful of your kind invitation to eat the wrapper, but I'll just remove that first.
So.
And there's a little paper thing around it as well.
Yes.
Get it right. Okay.
As I said, it's a cupcake.
Yeah. So what's that top bit?
I think that's the part where it's just risen when it was baked.
Ooh. It is quite lemony, isn't it? And who's the manufacturer of these?
I'm unsure.
Oh.
I think it's McVitie's.
Oh, Well, what I like about this is that it kind of, at first sight, it looks a bit unassuming. But then when you taste it, it's very light and very flavoursome and very delicious. And I noticed when I took the bite at that first moment, I was very aware of the lemoniness. Then while I was chewing it, it kind of receded a bit.
It does.
And then, having swallowed it down, the lemony thing returned momentarily. Interesting, isn't it? So 3 stages to it.
Yeah.
All right, so scores for that then. Ooh.
Yeah. So
again, though, a little bit on the small side. A bit bigger would have been nicer. Are we on a diet this week or something? Because our last one was a small thing as well, if you remember.
Well, that's it. Yeah. So I will put mine down in a moment. So I will.
Dear listener, you won't be aware of this, but Mr. Cameron logs all of these scores. You see, he's got a whole list of them in his notebook.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
When
The
we,
older we get, the
yes,
less we can remember.
what we should do is when we've got enough of these, we could publish them.
Yes, we
We
could.
could
We
have a
could
whole
put it on our
book.
website.
Well, no, because we won't make any money that way. We have to sell it in a book and put it in W.H. Smith's. And people can buy. We could turn it into a competition to see how quickly people can try everything on our list
Yeah,
and see
that'd
whether
be
they
good.
agree with our scores.
Yeah. So I've gone for an 8.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for.
So I was going to go 7.5, but then it's 7.5 to 8. That's what I'm going. Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go for 8.263 in that order. Because it is very nice, but it's not very big.
8.263. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does it always have to be one who has to be different, doesn't it?
Because I'm the only one other one that there is. So if one of us didn't do it, then none
Well,
of
that's
us
true.
would.
Yeah. There's only one of me and there's only one of you. So good point.
Well,
I can't disagree with that.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I wish you would not disagree with a lot of the things I say.
I don't really disagree.
I disagree.
I listen. I listen to your opinion.
Sorry, I didn't listen to what you just said then.
Oh gosh, here we go. Thanks, Richard.
You're welcome. Glad to be of service.
So
you don't need to thank me. I'm just happy to help.
I'm just being courteous.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, your curtsying is very good despite your hamstring injury.
Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So I don't know if you recall in our last pod, we both had nice good weeks, but I also went through a little bit of solitude on a Sunday.
Yes, you did.
So
yes,
it was nice. So how do you find? Do you do a little bit of solitude sometimes? So just a little bit of alone time, just to think and just gather your thoughts with the busy world that we are in.
Yeah, I do like periods of quiet. I know some people that they come home from work or whatever and they surround themselves with noise. They're not comfortable unless the TV and the radio or something like that. Whereas, because my job essentially is musical, if I come home from having listened to exams all day, when I come home, the last thing I want to do is put music on. I just like the silence. Yes. But I remember just taking you back to the lockdown period when you weren't allowed out apart from for exercise.
Yes.
And early in the morning, I would walk around this very park, and I had a route, a circular route that took half an hour from door to getting back to my door again.
Okay.
And there's a particular bit over by the dinosaurs where I would just pause there and look down all the dinosaurs and the greenery and everything, and I would spend an appreciable number of minutes just enjoying the quiet.
Nice.
Sometimes thinking about stuff, sometimes not, but just there and at one with nature. And it was very to say it was fulfilling isn't quite the right word, but it had a feeling of solidity, a feeling of being grounded. That's the word.
But that's the thing. Yes, that is the most important part. You feel when there's so much going on, especially in your case where you're listening to music, so your mind doesn't really get a rest from what's going on. So when you get that silence, your brain just it almost just lounges out itself, just goes, thank you.
Yes. That's right.
This is what it feels like. I forgot.
Precisely. And it's very fortunate that we have this park, just on our doorstep, basically. And it's nice, to be able to sort of have a little walk around in the greenery without having to tend it. Someone else does that.
Yeah, that's true. Very much true.
In fact, where we're sitting right now, I see all these beautiful wild flowers all over the place. I'm tempted to just pick them all and take them home, but I won't do that. Spoil it for everybody else.
Yes, please don't.
I remember, that reminds me. Where I live, that there used to be on my road a beautiful cherry tree halfway up, and it was a really nice feature of the road. And when the blossoms came out, it was gorgeous. That pink blossom. I love cherry trees, and I have it on good authority that when we get to heaven, there'll be lots of them. The other one is a jacaranda tree that they get in South Africa, where it's all purple flowers, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, that's a separate matter. Anyway, so we had this cherry tree on the road, and once a year we would have a residents meeting, and one year some residents turned up who'd never been before and never were there since. And this woman, she was saying that she wanted this cherry tree be chopped down because when she parked her car under it, the blossoms dropped off onto her car, and the leaves, she said, were acidic and it was affecting the paintwork. Well, I didn't know whether this was true or not, and neither did anybody. But next thing I knew, along comes someone with a chainsaw and they cut it down. So now we've just got this rather bare road. And every time I walk up there, I think that cherry tree, when it was there, was so nice. It was a real feature of the street. And just because she was worried about her paintwork, it was removed. And then, after it was removed, she moved out anyway. So there you go.
That's shocking, isn't it?
It is very poor.
Wow. Okay. That is. I thought it was going to be a little bit more happy ending.
It stunted my emotional growth.
Yes. Okay. Well, that is not what I expected.
So
okay.
If anyone is listening and they've got a spare cherry tree, I would love you to come and plant it on my road.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Well, all right. Well, I don't have a story like that, unfortunately, but yeah.
Well, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah,
At least you
yeah. True. I've not read your book yet, just to let you know.
It's all right. I'm not offended.
That's okay. That's okay. We're going to get there at some point in the next week or two, when I've got time. Sit down, as it's a busy time of the year, especially when the sun's out. I'm always out with the kids when it's sunny. There's no point, as we said in the previous pod, we don't like to be stuck indoors. Just get them out and about.
But you could take them out and about and read to them while you're out and about.
That's not as
you
fun,
could take
though.
a picnic, take a rug, sit down on the rug and say, now that I'm going to read you this incredible story written by someone who I know.
That's not as fun. The reason why, because I want to go on a roundabout or I want to go on a swing, and I don't want to read to them. Going out is more fun for me than the kids.
Oh, so you're being selfish about it then? Oh, I see. So you don't go out for the kids' enjoyment, you go out for your own.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, well now it all makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, see, I do. I worry about you constantly.
Yeah, got my youngest daughter's sports day coming up, so.
And you're going to take part, are you?
They don't do that anymore. Do you remember the parents?
Who cares about that? You can go and stand at the starting line and just run anyway. You just said it's for your own enjoyment.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
I don't know if you used to have that with your parents, where your parents could participate at the end, the last couple of
events. I don't remember that happening actually, but I know it has happened elsewhere.
Yes. So, yeah, I've done it once or twice with my eldest, but.
And did you win?
Of course I did.
Oh, okay.
The reason why I'm taking them course, because I'm very determined.
Oh, yes.
And if another parent got in the way, I may have just pushed them over or accidentally undid their shoelaces just before the start.
So winning is the thing for you.
Yeah.
And so when you got to the end of the race and you won the thing and they handed you a Mars bar or something, did you feel suitably gratified?
Yeah, I did a speech.
Did you?
Thanks. No, I didn't.
Oh. Well, make one up now. What would you have said if you had to make a speech?
Thank you to my friends, family, and thank you for all the people that have been with me on this journey.
Is that it?
Well, it would have been longer, but within a pod. So I would have had a scroll worth of information that I would have said in my speech.
I remember hearing a speech at my school on a not exactly graduation day. It was after we'd all done our O-levels and we all praised up onto the platform and shook hands with the headmaster and got given a certificate and everything. And then the head boy had to make a speech. And it was all very nicely done. He was a bit of a scamp, was our head boy.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting there waiting for him to come out with something, a bit risque or something.
Yeah.
But the whole speech was magnificent. It was a perfect example of how to deliver a speech in that kind of slightly formal, slightly informal occasion. It was all beautifully done. And then he got to the closing comments. He said, and so in closing, I'd like to thank the headmaster, all the staff of the school, all the teachers for doing so well and looking after us so well. And I'd like to thank all of our parents for supporting us and helping us with our homework and for getting us through the exams. And I'd also like to thank my underpants for all the support they've given me over the years.
Brilliant.
That was his closing line. And there was this moment of, and then someone started clapping and then everyone joined in. And that was, so right in the last moment.
What a legend.
There you go. You see.
That is a legend. That is a very good. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that I would have the bottle to do that, but it's the kind of thing I would love to do.
Yeah, I would have done it.
Would you?
Yeah. Well, I've been a best man
right.
at a wedding. My friend Gary, I was his best man. So I've done a couple of funny.
You've had some nice best man jokes, have you?
Yes, because.
Such as?
I remember one part of it because it's about 20 years ago.
Oh right, when you were 3.
I wish. I remember saying his dancing is so bad. It was like it was 1999. I can't remember precisely, but it was something. Yeah, something along those lines. But yeah, I wish I kept that speech. Actually, they got the
Uh,
video. They got the old camcorder. It's that's how old we're talking. It's a camcorder.
yes.
Yeah, recording.
So it's like a grainy image and it sort of
Yeah,
jolts around a lot.
flickery and But yeah, I've done one and everybody loved it. They're laughing, especially his sister. You can see in the video, sisters are laughing their head off, and I'm like, this is brilliant. I'm like, oh, that is great. My head was just like that afterwards. Clip it through a door.
There you go. You
But so
see,
yeah, I've done a couple of good speeches. So
speeches at weddings can be either brilliant or awful.
yes, it depends on the family. That's what it does. Depends
Well,
on
and the speaker, of course.
well, because some there's a speech I did at one wedding. I won't say any names, but
Go on, say the names.
no.
Go on, listener.
And
You want to hear the names, Dave?
the jokes that I've said previously, similar, not the same jokes, but similar. People thought it was brilliant, and at this one, because the family are very uptight in a way,
Straight-laced,
yes,
prim and proper. Okay.
it was all just staring at me like this, and I thought to myself, so you know how you mentioned about that comedian got paid?
Oh yes.
It was sort of like that, and I thought to myself, oh, this is a tough crowd. I thought, gosh. Yeah, it was a tough crowd. I was like,
wow.
so I was like, it's getting a bit hot in here. The thing is, I was wearing a three-piece suit as well.
Oh gosh. And so when you eventually finished, did they applaud?
Yeah, people applaud, but I was thinking,
it was all a bit eggy, was it?
Yeah, it was. It was really. I was like, oh gosh, this is. I've obviously got the wrong crowd here.
Well, back in my misspent youth, I used to play at weddings quite a lot. I was employed to play the music in the background, and you didn't really, because you're like there as a worker.
Yeah.
You didn't tend to speak to the guests very much, apart from just hello.
Yeah.
But you did quite often speak to other workers, the waiters and the waitresses and whatnot. And one time I was chatting to the photographer. Who was there. We just had this little moment of impasse where I happened to not be playing, he happened to not be taking pictures, and we're just chatting a bit. And I happened to say to him, he said, "Oh, I hope you're not going to be running too late, because I've got to go to another wedding after this." And I said, "Oh, okay." And do you have any particular issues? Are there any difficult things about your job? And he didn't have to think about his answer. The answer came straight back instantly. I said, what are the difficult things about your job? And he just said, the mother of the bride. That's always the thing. If you can get her on your side, you're fine.
Yeah.
But getting that done is easier said than done.
Okay.
Difficult to achieve sometimes.
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
I mean, I actually played for my brother's wedding, and I remember this isn't an issue about the mother of the bride. This is an issue about the mother of the groom. Sorry, Mum. So we were all in position, and we knew the bride had arrived. She was outside the door waiting to come in. And I'll sit there. I was waiting for the pre-arranged signal from the vicar to start the entrance music for her to come in. See? And there was just this silence when nothing was happening. She must have been having another photo taken or something. Just waiting. That's fine. I was looking at the vicar over there, waiting for the signal. And I happened to glance over at my mum, and she was looking at me going, start. I can't start. I haven't had the signal. She's not ready yet. Eventually the signal came, and it was all right. But mothers get quite heavy.
Yeah.
She thought everything was being held up because I wasn't starting the music. But there you go.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. Try not to look at people that when you do a speech, because sometimes they will, especially if it's like your brother, for instance, he will laugh. And you may have an inside joke, and it's not the appropriate time to be laughing, especially if we're doing a speech.
Can be, yeah.
So, and especially mothers as well. So,
yes.
Well, I'm glad it went well anyway.
Well, it did, but it kind of makes you wonder whether you actually want to get married in the first place.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, that's pretty amusing. I'm glad it went well.
Oh, it did actually. Yeah. Once it got started.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yes. There you go. You see.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to finish up now on our pod. So the parakeets have been very quiet today. So you probably heard that they've not been speaking to each other in conversation.
How can you hear that they've not been speaking? You should be aware that they haven't been speaking. You can't hear that they're not doing it. You can only hear if they're doing something. Just a technicality.
Can you hear anything now?
Well, there's little bits of tweeting, but I don't think it's the parakeets. I think it's something else.
But earlier, on the previous pod, we had parakeets
We did.
flying around making lots of noise. These are just normal birds. These are not
They
parakeets, because parakeets are a little bit louder.
They are.
That's why I know.
Yes, they go to voice projection classes.
They do. They do.
That's right.
Because there was three of them which were just chasing each other, and that's the reason why it was very loud. They were probably playing tag or it or whatever.
They're similar to cockatiels, aren't they? Same kind of colour, same kind of size and everything. I remember in Australia they had a sort of some kind of safari park aviary type thing, and they would guide you around. And at the end, they gave everyone a little tray of bird seed, and you would just stand there holding out this tray.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, they'd release some cage or something, and this massive flock of birds would all come flying towards all these bird seeds that's held out to them, and they just sit on people's arms and hands and shoulders and everything. It was very nice, actually. Apart from the fact they all got covered in bird doo-doo, but no one seemed to mind that.
Yeah, gosh, yeah, can you imagine? That's brilliant.
Dear, oh dear.
Yeah, that is great. Wow, there seems to be a lot of mums and buggies out.
You know, I'll tell you what we said we were going to do earlier on. We've never done it yet. We were talking about getting guests onto these podcasts. We haven't done it. Maybe we should do that. Do you think anyone would join us? Do you think anyone would
Certainly, yeah. I've got a couple of people. I've spoken to a couple of people already, so I can't mention names because I don't want to give out the guests' names already. But yeah, I've spoken to a couple.
And also maybe if any of the listeners want to suggest anybody, or if you know anybody who might be interested, drop us a line at. Tell them where they drop the line.
Jolly Good Natter at.
You remember your name, but you can't remember the address. Don't worry, I'll tell you.
Yeah, please do.
I suppose it is a bit too much to expect you to remember two things.
Well, I was drinking a coffee while you actually said it, and then I lost my train of thought.
Oh, the old coffee excuse. All right, well, the email address is not just jolly good, a jolly good natter at gmail.com. And we are standing by now to read your emails. If you've got anyone who you think would make a good guest on our show, if you even want to join us yourself in Crystal Palace Park, if you live nearby, we'd love to hear from you, especially Mark, who it will make him feel wanted and loved, because I worry about him constantly, as you know.
It's nice that you care.
Yes, well, I do try. I do. At least I give the impression of trying. That's the important thing. The presentation is all important, isn't it?
It is, especially when you went to a fancy place on the last pod to get your food. You went to M&S, but you went to...
Yes, I went to a fancy place and didn't buy anything.
Yes, and I know, that's so disappointing. I can't believe you went there and didn't buy anything.
Well, yes, it is a bit bizarre. I wish I had now. But maybe, you know, when I've made a fortune, when I've won the lottery or something, I'll go back there and I'll buy lots of nice things.
So you can... Well, what's the chance of you winning a fortune?
I don't know, it's one in 20 million or something.
So you could be dead before then. That means you may never buy anything from that place.
Yeah, but think of all the money I'd save by not buying it. You see.
But life's too short for that.
Oh. Yeah, but if I don't win the lottery, how am I going to buy it then? So you're not thinking it through.
But
I know. Why don't you buy me a lottery ticket? Just imagine if you bought a lottery ticket for someone and you gave it to them and then the winning numbers came up. How would you feel then?
I would give them a percentage.
But no, you've already given it to them. That's what I'm saying. So this is for you.
Oh.
And they win the jackpot prize, untold millions, and you think, if I just held on to that, wow.
Can't live in regret.
Shall I tell you just before we go? I can tell you a story about this. I once received an email from someone who said, my name is, Sister Susie or something, and I'm a clairvoyant. And I was looking through my filing cabinet and running my hands across all the files. And when my hand went over your file, I'm thinking, what Sister Susie got my file in her cabinet for? Anyway, as my hand went over your file, I felt a tremble of excitement, and I realized that you should play the lottery this week. And if you send me £20, I will tell you what the winning numbers are going to be. You see. Now, the thing was, it said because I was wanting to, I needed to know, I was able to sense in the spirit that it was people whose birthday was today, September the 7th, you see.
Okay.
Which all sounded wonderful. I thought, wow, for 20 quid, she's going to help me win the lottery. And then I realised she got my birthday wrong, so she wasn't quite.
Yes.
She got the wrong date, basically. But can you imagine, of course you can't possibly know what the winning numbers are going to be, but if you did know, by some extraordinary occurrence, what would you do? You'd quietly go and buy a ticket and then wait with excitement for the result, wouldn't you? You wouldn't go around to people saying, I know what the winning numbers are.
Yes.
Give me 20 quid.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Oh dear, the things people try on.
I know, I wouldn't do that. I would certainly, if I knew the winning lottery numbers, I would, what would I do? What would first thing I'll do is actually give money to charity. That's how I've always said that.
Well, I could change my name to Charity if that helped.
Yeah, so I'll give some money to charity.
You're very kind. I look forward to receiving it.
Yeah, you are a charity sometimes. Yeah, you're right. And then after that, what would I do? I would
Buy
I'd
a
buy a couple of things.
jelly babies or nice
Yeah,
jar of
I'm not too
Marmite or
sure.
something.
I wouldn't splash out because I don't feel the need to,
No.
show off or anything
But one
like
thing
that.
you should do is go to the food hall at Selfridges. That would be worth a visit.
Oh,
And you might even have some change left over at the end.
maybe.
Yes.
Mm.
If I won a lottery, I would do my darndest to make sure that no one knew.
Well, that would be, and that is one thing that I've always said as well. There's no point in letting people know that you've won a lottery. I would just carry on with my life as just as normal because the
Yes.
thing is, I know it's easier said than done, but I wouldn't be. Oh, look at my new fancy car! Look,
Yeah.
I've got a new, Rolls Royce or
Yes.
DB7. Or, I wouldn't be doing that.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't feel the need
No.
to do that. I would just, okay, I'll just buy things I actually, let's just say I need a new cooker. I'll buy a new cooker.
Yes.
Do you get my point? I'll buy things that
Exactly.
are essential to me,
That's right.
and that's about it. And just carry on the rest of my life. And as I said, I'll give things to charity because I always feel it's important to give things back anyway. So that's what I would do.
Yeah,
I've always said that since I was a
And
youngster.
I'm just wondering how able they are to really keep it secret. I mean, if you win, hundreds of millions, like sometimes happens,
Yeah.
Are they really able to keep it secret? I mean, because suddenly you find yourself with 200 million quid that you didn't have before. Would the organised crime bosses be trying to track you down and all this kind of thing? I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. You don't. Yeah, I would. The only thing I probably would do, I probably may move. That's probably one thing I would probably do.
Was it something I said?
It's always something to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I always find it a bit odd when people carry their dogs.
Well, maybe the dog's injured its hamstring. You should know about that.
It looks like a puppy, actually. Yeah, it's quite small.
Well, it's only got little legs.
But even still, well, it's got bundles of energy.
Not necessarily. Maybe it's expended all its energy already.
It doesn't look tired. It doesn't look sleepy at all. So.
But dogs always look the same whether they're sleepy or not, don't they? They can't smile or look haggard. They just sit there and stare at you.
There is a website. What was the website called? Where you can see dogs where the owners are telling the dog off, but then they kind of turn around and they kind of have a little smile. It is so hilarious.
There are certain elements, yes, that's true, where you can tell. Anyway, about 27 minutes ago, you said we were finishing, and we are prattling on.
Yes.
They don't pay us any extra for this. And why is that bird sitting over there? It's wanting to be fed.
I know that crow was on that previous bench over there, actually.
It probably knows that people who sit here eat things.
Yes.
It doesn't realise we've already done our eating.
Yes,
We've done our taste test already.
I know. It's quite amusing.
Well, yes, he's going to be out of luck.
He is. Right. So, thank you very much for joining us on this episode today.
Indeed,
we've enjoyed your company as always.
We have.
And so, be nice to each other.
Very nice to each other. And as always, don't cry because it's over, but smile because it happened. Say goodbye, Mr. Cameron.
Goodbye, Mr. Cameron. Say goodbye, Mr. Richard Story.
Mr. Richard Story. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you next time. Goodbye.